As Minister responsible for Information and Communication Technologies, I'm delighted to be here with you today to officially mark the reopening of the National ICT Centre here at the C.A. Paul Southwell Industrial Park in Bastia. Today, we acknowledge a new beginning that this centre will bring to our program of nation building through the use of information and communications technologies, ICT development. And as you would have heard earlier by Ophelia Blanchard, who's acting director, this centre was closed as far back as 2012 and has been laid dormant. When in 2015, I visited here with Ambassador Chu, it really was abandoned, dilapidated. It was a wreck at the time. What had happened is that since its inception, 2008, 2007, 2008, the building had suffered serious structural damage, environmental damage, and full of mold. The staff had to be relocated for safety to their health as well as for that of the general public. Since about 2012, 2013, the ICT department has been dispersed around Bastia in different locations. And so this official marking of the new ICT Centre signals us coming together under one roof. It is for us an exciting occasion, one which needs more than just this passive resolve that we have here. And I should tell you very early that I walked with a lot of paper to give remarks, but I can't follow that. I don't want to do that because I think we need to understand what's happening here today. Today marks the opening of this new facility, this complex. But it is also the start of a week-long program to commemorate the Team Unity Administration's work in this country. In 3 years, we have been able to add fire to the whole delivery of ICTs in this country. And it is at the cornerstone of our agenda for nation building, that we will be using ICTs to do so. The IT department is not a department to deliver computers to offices, to wire them. It has a lot more to do than that. And this center, this exciting new center that you're seeing here, once you get beyond the walls, and those of you here this morning, we hope that you're able to explore certain aspects of what we do behind here. A lot is happening behind these walls. A lot will happen in the future to lift us up in this country, to make us more efficient and effective, how we work in government, how we work in the private sector, how we advance nation building and make our economy continue to grow. We have done a lot in the first 3 years that we've been here, but we intend to do a lot more. And so we start off this week-long celebration of the Team Unity's work in government to show what we have been delivering. But this year is a signal to let everybody know where we are. What then is the ICT Centre? It is to be the home of our IT department. And Ophelia has given some description of how the structure is, where we have some 4 or 5 departments here, where there's e-government, networks, where we look at our delivery of telephone services, throughout government, all of government. If you need a telephone anywhere, this is where you have to come to for it to be installed and set up. This IT department, this aspect of our ministry delivers that to our public service. If you have a government department that wants to increase your efficiency and effectiveness, and you need to have software, apps, applications delivered, the IT department through eGov does that. We, through the IT department, have been able to extend to 90% of all government buildings in Bastia fiber optic networks, where we are linked, physically linked by fiber, so that there can be connectivity, so that we can speak to each other, that we can exchange data, that we can be more ready to deliver services to citizens of St. Kitts. We are citizen-centric in our opening to be able to deliver that. We are very excited with what we are doing here, because for the first time in 4 or 5 years, 6 years, we are now able, in St. Kitts, to be able to train in to public servants, civil servants, and private sector individuals to become certified in a number of different areas in ICTs, so that they'll be testing in a number of different ways and areas that could not be done before in St. Kitts. If you needed to be certified, you would have had to travel overseas, probably to Antigua, to North America, or somewhere else to become so certified in order to extend your capabilities within your private sector or within the public sector. And so we are happy, and I should recognize them at this point, to have with us Mr. Ayer, who heads the regional, Caribbean regional areas of Amazon Web Services. Amazon is based primarily in California, and they are now here today and tomorrow to be a part of our symposium to do certification in a day-long workshop tomorrow to those who will come forward and do so. In addition to our training work that we do here at the ICT Centre, we will be displaying for you an innovation hub, training and innovation center, where for the first time we will be having incubation rooms where young people, and not so young, who need to do startups, who need to operate in an ecosystem of innovation, where you can get support from trained professionals, whether it is to be able to have conference call facilities, whether it is you'll be able to use the facilities here to be able to develop your business, to be able to do work that would enhance our ICT sector here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Once we enter these walls here this morning, you'll be carried to the Innovation Center that's on the northern end, the eastern end of the building, where you'll be given a wow factor, where young people, right now, a lot of them in lab coats and so on, are behind there working and preparing for you demonstrations, whether in robotics, whether it's going to be in drone technology and other aspects. This year is going on right now in the center as we speak here and as we stay here. The center will also be a point for our IXP, our Internet Exchange Point, our local Internet Exchange Point. What's an Internet Exchange Point? It is where different networks are physically brought together to enhance and allow for easier and quicker communications, connectivity. If, for instance, as some of us do, have a connection with cable and wireless, an internet provider, and next door your partner has a connection with the cable internet provider, and you need to send an email or transfer file to that person, more than likely that communication goes off island by undersea cables to North America, and it comes all the way back to next door. We say that an internet exchange point allows on-island connectivity and allows communications to stay on island. It enhances security, it enhances speed, it gives you broader bandwidth and more efficiency. It is an important innovation that once we complete the process, we already have much of it, and I hope when it comes, Pierre will talk a little bit about that the IXP allows us to attract businesses, for local business to develop, and to be able to have more efficiency in developing the work that they do. Another factor that we'll have here in this building, and by mid-year we should be fully up and running, is that we have a cyber security incident response team, a CSIRT response team, so that in St. Kitts and Nevis, for the first time, we would have a dedicated unit to respond to reports of cyber attacks. Somebody's attacking your computer, somebody's interfering in your business. We now will be able to make a report here at the Internet Center, at our National ICT Centre, to add to the security, to respond to threats of our business and our national security in terms of how we do. We'll also have a Pearson View Test Center here as well. We'll also have a number of other factors and features, so that our ICT launch today is to let you know and to expose St. Kitts and Nevis and the region and the world to many things, good things that are going to go on here at this ICT Center. We have worked very hard in the last 2 or 3 years to rebuild it physically. We have repaired all of the remold. We have brought in experts with help from Ambassador. We have had specialists who have come in to treat the walls to help us to ensure that the environmental problems we had have been removed. We have gone at extreme lengths to seal the roof, and in more than significant sums of money that have been expended to make this a first-class unit here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm talking too much, but because this is the time for us to really get a chance to go and benefit and see what we have been doing here in the ITC Center. I'm happy, very happy with what has happened. I'm happy that you're here to share with us this opening, and there's a lot more that you can. I should point out to you that behind me, some of what we have been doing in ICTs over the last 2 or 3 years, this center screen here is to capture, as it was, the ethos of what we are doing in ICTs. Whether it's going to be for information, whether it's going to be security, and different aspects that you'll see flash across the scene, we are all embodied in what the ICT Center will stand for. And the ends of that, scrolling as we speak, and if you're close and you'll see them as you go inside, would where the ICT department has partnered with a private-public partnership with Open Interactive to be able to deliver apps that have been developed right here in St. Kitts, dealing with various aspects of our life. Whether it's going to be a shopper app that has been partnered with the Ministry of Trade, where we check and test to find that goods that are displayed on supermarket shelves are being properly, can be compared. You can stay in your home, at the benefit of your home, or anywhere, and get this app downloaded from the official government portal to be able to check prices, compare prices, whether in St. Kitts or Nevis, at supermarkets, to make sure that we are within the realms that are established by the retail unit at the Ministry of Trade. There is also the Crime Stoppers that reports to the police, where you can see an incident and anonymously transmit what you see through the application to the police response team. There is the SKNS information service of the government now has an app that can be downloaded and that provides for people what happens here in St. Kitts and Nevis. There's an events app. There's also a directory of all the apps of all the government departments, the key people who you can call to that you can get on your app and contact them at a moment's notice. Things are happening in the ICT department. It's growing. It's exciting. I would want to say, as I wind down, a word to our staff. The staff has grown, as Ophelia said, but they're key to what we do in ICT is. They need to embrace, you need to embrace, and many of them, they're here at the back, you need to embrace this new facility that has been prepared for you with tremendous help and support from the government of Taiwan and from your government. Your government has spent more than $1 million in addition to what we have had from Taiwan to make this thing a reality. It is for you to see this more than just a job. You have to see it as a calling. You have to be imbued, as it was, with the need to develop your skills and to make sure that you deliver for us as we move forward to develop our economy and to develop our country as a whole. And so I would like to thank you for coming, for being and sharing with us today. And we're not over yet. I'd like you to look at what we have inside, and especially in our innovation hub, that is where a lot of action is happening. You'll be very pleasantly surprised. And so thank you again once more for coming. And to the ambassador, please convey our sincere thanks to your government for your support in what we have here today. Thank you very much.
Stay up to date with news, programs, and activities of the government with SKNIS. Like us on Facebook. Listen to us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter. And watch our videos on YouTube. Connect with us today. SKNIS, St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service.